Hello, and welcome to this presentation on our Jurassic Coast trek taking place in October 2023. We hope you will find this session useful for working out if this trip is going to be right for you. Firstly, a bit about health and safety. So we make sure health and safety is our top priority. So please be assured we take steps to ensure you not only have a memorable experience, but a safe one too. We never operate a trip in an area where there is a clear and present risk to our team members, whether that is due to a health outbreak, political instability, natural disasters, or anything else. If travel restrictions prevent safe travel, we will look to either postpone or cancel your trip at no cost to you. So the Jurassic coastline is located in the south of England and was England's first natural World Heritage Site. It stretches 95 miles from Orcombe Point at Exmouth in East Devon to Old Harry Rocks at Studland, Dorset, with rocks dating back 185 million years. It is part of the much longer South West Coast Path Trail, which covers a 630-mile route around the coastline of the South West Peninsula. The Jurassic Coast area is a fossil hunter's dream, with dinosaur remains having been found here. You will walk approximately 25 miles along this beautiful coastal path from Lulworth to Studland. The undulating cliffs provide stunning views over the sea and surrounding landscape and offer a very worthy challenge. And when we say undulating, we really do mean undulating. They are very up and down. You will spend 2 nights at an outdoor centre close to Studland, a perfect base to explore this picturesque part of the English coastline. As you'll see, if you can see the area on the bottom right hand side here where you'll be traveling. Today one on arrival, so you should arrive at the bunkhouse no later than 6 p.m. So there's time for you to meet the group and have a challenge briefing over dinner. Day two will be an early start, so from Lulworth Cove to Worth Matravers. So you set off by minibus to the starting point at Lulworth Cove. Absolutely beautiful there. Highlights today includes crossing the Lulworth Range, looking out for ancient fossils, and if you're really lucky, you might spot a dolphin or two. But we can't promise that, obviously. Today's hike will end at Worth Matravers, where a minibus will be waiting to transport us back to the bunkhouse for a well-earned dinner, and you'll probably be starving. So trek distance, you'll walk approximately 13 miles, and your meals, you'll have breakfast, you'll have a packed lunch that you'll carry with you, and your dinner. And in day three, Worth Matravers to Studland. So we'll transfer back to where we finished yesterday and we'll continue along the coastal path in an easterly direction. And you'll pass stunning scenery to Swanage Friar, Delston Head and Old Harry Rocks before reaching Studland Bay. And then you'll transfer back to the bunkhouse to pack up and head home. So today we'll be trekking approximately 11 miles and you'll have your breakfast and you'll carry packed lunch with you. So what is the terrain like? It really is undulating with steep and up and downhill sections. Almost all of the route is on good grassy paths or stony trails. There are a few stretches walking along or near roads as you approach towns or areas of coastal diversion. How tough is it? This trek is graded challenging because of the steep and rugged nature of the terrain and the many hours of walking, but anyone who has a reasonable level of fitness can walk the Jurassic Coast path. You will trek approximately 38 miles, which will take around 15 to 18 hours. You do need to be sure that you're in good health and of good fitness with bucket loads of determination. If you are the sort of person who can dig deep and just doesn't give up, then this is for you. So who can participate? So this challenge can be undertaken by those aged 18 plus, or if you're accompanied by an adult, 16 and over. You must be at a good level of fitness, able to self-manage. For example, you know how to keep yourself hydrated, nourished, warm and dry, be in good health, have oodles of determination and a positive and flexible can-do attitude. An ideal candidate would be someone who enjoys hill walking and wants to push themselves out of their comfort zone. And you really will be pushing yourselves out of your comfort zone on this trek. It is very difficult. For how fit do I need to be? You need to have trained to have the best chance of finishing this challenge. You should do some hill walking in the UK if you can. I'm in the east of England. I have no chance, so I have to travel. Um, so yeah, so make sure you're prepared to take part in some hill walking in advance to ensure you've got a good level of endurance, general cardiovascular and strength for this type of terrain. It's not a general tourist hike. It really is a challenging event. Sorry for the slides being a bit screw with there. Steep ascents and descents. Some of the ascents are very gradual and you'll barely notice that you are gaining height, but there are some short, steep, sharp sections that really get the heart and lungs going. So you really need to know how to control your breathing. Knowing how to manage your pace as the incline changes is really important, especially keeping in mind that you can't walk the same pace on steep ascents as you can on flat terrain. Maintaining a steady pace is more energy efficient than walking too fast and having to frequently stop to catch your breath. Frequent starting and stopping is also a poor use of your body's energy supplies, and you will find yourself far more tired by the end of the walk than if you took a gentler, non-stop pace. What really tests people are the sections where there is a steep descent. Some struggle with the warrior slipping, but many more struggle with discomfort in their knees. Ensuring that you have good core, leg, and glute strength is helpful for this challenge. And if you're a seasoned walker and are used to hill walking, you'll know that actually going downhill, that is more intense on your knees. So you really need to be making sure you take care of yourself and get some really good training in for that. So how should I train? This is a tough endurance challenge, so you must be able to walk for extended periods of time on challenging terrain. This challenge is not suitable for first-time walkers or people who haven't trained. If you do not train for this challenge, it is highly unlikely you will not complete it. Hill walking is the best training for this challenge, so please walk as much as possible on a hilly terrain, building up so you're able to maintain a steady pace all the way along your route with only a few brief stops. In addition to hill walking, you are recommended to work on strengthening your legs, back, and core muscles. Supplementary training may include speed walking, running, cycling, gym workouts, swimming, team sports, boot camps. And if you are a member of a gym that does have a stairmaster and you're not near hills and you have no chance of doing any hill practice, try to make use of a stairmaster if you can. We really cannot stress this enough that you really need to get that sort of training in. So where will you stay? So you'll stay in a simple hostel style building with shared bedrooms. The group will have full use of the lounge and gardens throughout the stay, and the bunkhouse can sleep up to 24 people. You must arrive by 6 o'clock in time for dinner and for the trip briefing. Full details of the accommodation and directions will be provided 6 to 8 weeks prior to departure. Parking is available on site. So what should I bring? So for the challenge itself, you will need to wear comfortable walking boots, not trainers, and non-cotton clothing. You will be responsible for carrying your own lunch, drinking water, waterproofs, and warm layers, sunglasses, basic first aid kit, sunscreen. So really just what you need to manage for that day. You will also need to bring your own sleeping bag, though liners are available for hire on request. And you will be supplied with a suggested kit list upon booking. And in terms of your boots, just please make sure that you train in them in advance. So climate and conditions, well, we all know how unpredictable the weather in the UK is, and very changeable. So you really should keep an eye on the local weather forecast prior to arrival and pack accordingly. It's probably best to overpack those warm layers, warm and wet weather gear than to not pack it at all and really struggle. So typically temperatures at this time of year can range between 16 to 6 degrees Celsius, with average temperatures around 11 degrees. Nights are colder, sometimes down to around 1 degree. Strong cold winds are possible on some parts of the route because it is very exposed and you're right by the sea. Um, as I've already said, the weather, we know how unpredictable it is. So it is possible to experience extreme deviations from the normal climate pattern, and very cold conditions are not impossible. Obviously, weather conditions are out of our control during a trip. So it's really important you take responsibility to prepare yourself for all weather conditions during this challenge, and try to train in all weather conditions where possible too. If you have got a wet weekend and you feel, oh, I really don't want to be going out, maybe you should get out just in case you experience that kind of weather on this trip, just to get used to it and what it's going to feel like and how you're going to feel during that time on the trip. So what support will you get? Well, if you're fundraising for one of your charities or for your charity, the charity's fundraising team will support you throughout the challenge. You will be provided with a kit list, a full trip dossier, training guides, discount vouchers from us at Different Travel. And you will also be accompanied by a first aid trained tour manager and professional local guides who will excuse this slide, some of it's wrong. And you'll also get a pre-departure meeting with your teammates and Different Travel. Apologies for that. So your fundraising journey starts here and we're with you all the way. So how much is it? So if you choose to go down a self-funded route, you'll pay your own tour cost of £250, and you are welcome to fundraise separately for any charity of your choice, but it's not mandatory. Any fundraising undertaken with this method cannot be used for your trip costs. You could go for the sponsorship option, so you fully fundraise £500 for your chosen charity. This includes your tour cost balance and a donation to charity. And then there is the flexi option. So you pay your own tour costs of £250 and fundraise £250 for a charity of your choice. So how do you book? So there's the link there. You can also find us by searching on our website and just click book now. Voila, a nice pointy arrow. So if you have any questions, do feel free to email us on info@differenttravel.com. That's different-travel.com, or give us a call on 02381 449 447. We are here to answer any questions that you might have. And we look forward to welcoming you on this trip. Thank you for listening.